Dear students, in this present class, I will discuss average ensemble energy, and we will show that the average ensemble energy is the observed energy of the system. So first of all, we will calculate or find out the average ensemble energy. Now the average property of any quantity can be represented as x average. This is equals to summation of j pj xj. Now this is the average value of the property xj. This is the x average is the average value of the property xj. Pj is the probability. Now this probability Pj, this is equals to e to the power minus beta Ej by sigma j e to the power minus beta Ej. We have already proved this in my earlier class. Now if we denote average energy by E average, then E average equals to summation of j pj nb beta, which is a function of nb beta, Ej is a function of n and b. This is equals to Ej nb e to the power minus beta Ej nb by summation of j e to the power minus beta Ej nb. We have already said that average energy E is a function of nb and beta. Now, since sigma j e to the power minus beta Ej nb is equals to q, the partition function of the system, then we can write average energy, this is equals to j sigma Ej nb e to the power minus beta Ej nb by q nb beta from this equation. Okay. Now this is number equation 1. Now this equation 1 can be expressed entirely in terms of the partition function q nb beta. Now if we differentiate ln q nb beta with respect to beta at constant n and b, then we will get del ln q nb beta del beta at constant nb equals to 1 upon q nb beta del beta j e to the power minus beta Ej nb at constant n and b. So this becomes equals to 1 upon q nb beta, because if we differentiate this will give like this. It is sigma j minus Ej nb e to the power minus beta Ej nb. So this is equals to sigma j Ej nb e to the power minus beta Ej nb by q nb beta. This is equation number 2. If we compare the equation 1 and 2, this was equation number 1, this was equation number 1, and this is equation number 2. So if we compare these two equations, then we get average energy, this is equals to minus del ln q del beta at constant n and b. This is equation number 3. Let this equation number 3. This equation 3 can also be expressed as a temperature derivative rather than a beta derivative. It was a beta derivative. So now we will express this as a temperature derivative. How this can be done? For any function f, we can use the chain rule of differentiation. Del f del t equals to del f del beta into del beta del t. So this is to del f del b. If we differentiate beta with respect to t, now beta equals to 1 upon kt. So this is equals to d 1 upon kt dt. This becomes equals to minus 1 upon kt square del f del beta. So del f del beta becomes equals to minus kt square del f del t. Now if we apply this result to equation 3, this was equation number 3. If we apply this result to equation 3, with f, we take f equals to ln q. Here we take f equals to ln q, we get the alternate form. that is average energy equals to kT square, because here is minus, it is minus, next is plus, and this F stands for ln Q, del ln Q, del T at constant Nv. So this is equation number 4. Now, for a monoatomic ideal gas, where the molecules have been considered indistinguishable. For a monoatomic ideal gas, where the molecules have been considered indistinguishable, if there are n number of molecules, then we can write partition function of the system Q n b beta. This is equals to Q beta b to the power n by factorial n. You just remember, Q n b beta equals to Q beta b to the power n by factorial n, where small q beta b is the molecular partition function. Now how this equation came in? Now let focus our attention here. In case of a system where energy states of all atoms or molecules are the same, that is, the particles are distinguishable. In case of a distinguishable particles of n particles, where the states of all atoms or molecules are the same, we can write Q nVT equals to Q Vt to the power n, where n is the independent distinguishable atoms or molecules. Okay? Because partition function like Q will be Q1 into Q2 into Q3 into Q4 up to Qn. So multiplying all these n terms, we get Q to the power n. Now this QBT is summation of j to the power minus epsilon j by kt. This epsilon j is the energy state. Energy in the state j. In the energy state j. Now when the particles n in a system are indistinguishable, that is, they are indistinguishable. So this is in the case of a lattice. The particles are distinguishable in a crystal lattice. But when the particles n in a system are indistinguishable, as in case of ideal gas, and these n particles can be arranged in factorial n ways. The particles are indistinguishable and they can be arranged in factorial n ways. Now the expression for the partition function, this partition function, in this case, as given by this equation, given by the above equation, should thus be divided by factorial n. So this is to be divided by factorial n. Why? Because to make sure that the factorial n indistinguishable states as counted only once, so that the n factorial indistinguishable states are counted only once, because all these factorial n's are equivalent. So if it is not divided by factorial n, then it will be over counted. Okay? So in order to make sure that the factorial n indistinguishable states are counted only once. So this is the relationship Q n Vt equals to Q Vt to the power n by factorial n. So this is the expression for the partition function of the system of n systems which are indistinguishable. So for a perfect gas, if there are n number of molecules, then the partition function of the system will be equals to Q Vt to the power n by factorial n. Okay? Now QV, here QV, the molecular partition function, is equals to 2 pi m h square into beta whole to the power 3 by 2 into V. Why? This is equation number 6. So this is equation number 6. Why this is so? Why this is so? Now in a monoatomic ideal gas, there is no vibrational energy, there is no vibration, there is no rotation since it is monoatomic. Only it may have electronic energy and the translational energy. Now if the molecule is in the ground electronic state, so the partition function will be equals to, it is the translational partition function multiplied by the electronic partition function. Now, since the molecule is in the ground electronic state, so this QE 0, this stands for the ground electronic state, this is equals to e to the power minus E0 by KT, where E0 is the ground electronic energy. Now, since it equals to 0, therefore epsilon 0 equals to 0, so we get Q equals to 1. So, on the partition function, molecular partition function here will be only for the translational partition function. Okay? That is, the system is only in the translational degrees of freedom. Now, from equation 5, you just see, this is equation 5, QV to QV to the power n by factorial n, we get ln q, n ln q minus ln factorial n. N, because q equals to q to the power n by factorial n, so ln q equals to n ln q minus ln n factorial. Okay. Now, this is equals to minus 3n by 2 ln beta plus 3n by 2 ln 2 pi m by a square plus n ln b minus ln n factorial. Why? Because q equals to 2 pi m whole to the power 3 by 2 by s 2 pi m by a square beta whole to the power 3 by 2 into v. So if we take logarithm ln q, this becomes this 3 minus 3 by 2 ln beta plus 3 by 2 ln 2 pi m a square plus ln v. So n ln q, this is n ln q, this is equal to minus 3n by 2 ln beta plus 3n by 2 ln 2 pi m a square plus n ln b. So this becomes equal to minus 3n by 2 ln beta plus terms involving only n and b. So these are the terms which involves only n and b. Okay? So this becomes equals to ln q becomes equals to n ln q becomes equals to minus 3n by 2 ln beta plus terms involving only n and b. Therefore, del ln q del beta, if we differentiate with respect to beta at constant n and b, we get minus 3n by 2 d ln beta d beta minus 3n, this is equals to minus 3n by 2 beta, this equals to minus 3 by 2 n kt. Okay, so b equals to 1 upon kt, since beta equals to 1 upon kt. Hence, from equation 3, so this is one equation, del ln q del beta equals to n into b. Now from equation 3, we got average energy equals to minus del ln q del beta at n and b. So we can write from equation 3, average energy equals to 3 by 2 n kt. Now here a for the n number of molecules. Now for n moles, the n equals to n into Na, where n is the Avogadro's number. Therefore, average energy becomes equals to 3 by 2 Na into n into kt. This is equals to 3 by 2 nRT, because R equals to Na into K. That is the Avogadro number multiplied by the Boltzmann constant. Now, from the study of kinetic theory of gases, we can arrive to the same result. From the study of kinetic theory of gases. Okay? This observation therefore leads to the fundamental postulates that the ensemble average of any quantity as calculated using the probability distribution equation is the same as the experimentally observed value of that quantity. So what we have done here, we have calculated the average energy using the probability distribution equation. So this value 3 by 2 nRT for n moles becomes identical with that observed experimentally. So this observation therefore leads to the fundamental postulate that the ensemble average of any quantity as calculated using the probability distribution equation is the same as the experimentally observed value of that quantity. Now if the experimentally observed energy for 1 mole of an ideal gas be U bar, so this is the U bar is the experimentally observed energy for 1 mole, then we can write U bar, this equals to average E bar. E bar, this means for the per mole. this is equals to 3 by 2 RT because n becomes equals to 1. N equals to 1. N equals to 1 here. Okay? N equals to 1. So we get average energy, experimentally observed average energy per mole becomes equals to the ensemble average energy per mole. So this was the ensemble average, and we proved that the ensemble average is the observed energy of the system. Okay. Now we will take up an problem. We take up a problem. What is the problem? The problem is like this. The constant volume heat capacity of a system with average energy E average is given by Cv equals to del E average del T at constant Nv. Use the canonical ensemble to prove that Cv equals to 1 upon kT square average del E square, where average del E square is the fluctuation of energy. So this is the fluctuation of energy. We have to prove that Cv equals to 1 upon kT square into fluctuation of energy. Now we know the average energy is given by E average equals to sigma e to the power minus Be by Q equals to minus del beta ln Q. We have already proved this one. Equals to minus 1 upon Q del beta. The main square energy E square average equals to E square e to the power minus beta E by sigma e to the power minus beta E. Now this is the probability actually. This is the probability. So E square into Pj into P. So the average E square average. This equals to 1 upon Q del 2Q del beta square. Therefore the fluctuation in energy. What is the fluctuation in energy? This is equals to average delta E square equals to average E minus average energy whole square. So E minus E average whole square within the average. If we take the average of this E minus E average whole square, we will take the average of this. This becomes equals to E square average minus E average square. Now how this comes? This is equals to E square average minus E average square. Now you see this is equals to E minus this much. Okay. So we can say E square A minus B whole square, A square minus 2AB plus B square. So E square minus 2 E average, E square minus 2E 2 average into average plus average E square. So this is equals to we get this is equals to E square minus 2 E average square plus E average square is equals to E square average minus E average square. So this becomes like this. Now this is equals to, we have already found out the value of E average and E square average. So putting the value here. Okay. So this becomes equals to minus del E average del beta. Now beta equals to 1 upon kt. So T equals to 1 upon k beta. Therefore del T d beta equals to minus kt square. Hence average del E square, this is equals to minus del E del beta. This is equals to minus del E average del beta equals to minus del E average del T into del T d beta. So this value equals to kt square. We have already proved this earlier. Del T del beta equals to minus kt square. So this becomes equals to kt square del E average del T. Now del E average del T, it is given in the problem, it is equals to Cv. So this is equals to kt square Cv. Therefore Cv equals to 1 upon kt square average del E square average del E square. So this is what we have to prove. Cv equals to 1 upon 80 square into fluctuation in energy. Okay. So this problem has been proved. Now in the next day I will take up the molecular interpretation of work and heat in terms of partition function. Thank you.